Hello y'all! So remember when I said that I was going to upload a video every week and then I disappeared the face of earth for like a good month? Yeah, a month without uploading, she comes back with a sit down chill video and not a music related video. I mean, it is music related, but it's not like music, you know? Yeah, also I am kind of sleep deprived and kind of tired, but this time it is actually for real. I will be uploading a video every week. I know that I've said this countless times before, not that anyone cares, because I'm in my not flop era. We're gonna flip the script a little bit. It's not my flop era, it's my before making it era. You heard it right, folks. This is the last time that you can subscribe to my channel and be able to say in the future, I was there since the start. I was there before Sally made it. I was watching her videos, I was listening to her music, I was there. This is, as you can see, a little chill fun video. It's nighttime. I have my computer in front of me and I have like my bullet journal nearby, but do not be fooled. I have no thing planned. I have decided that today's topic is talking about how I made the coffee shop music video, because I did make it myself, the music video. I drew it, and I also drew this lyric video for a guitar song, which is the B-side, let's say, of Coffee Shop. So yeah, let's get into it. I've already yapped quite a lot, and that is enough. Coffee Shop's making of process took so much more time than it needed to. So much unnecessary time was spent between like making Coffee Shop and releasing Coffee Shop, because you know the process itself took like about 8 months, but it was a time where I really needed to sit down and decide on what I wanted to make as like music, as in content. I released this song here, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. I re-released it on another channel, but I didn't pay much attention to it either. And now it's finally here, and I'm still not paying much attention to it. I mean, I did make like 3 TikToks. This was not about the making of Coffee Shop, but I feel like, you know, this is like a chatty, chill video, so I can talk about whatever I want, is essentially what I'm saying. Also, it is my channel. It was originally going to be just a visualizer, and I essentially just wanted to release it and let go of it. I thought that it was like a project that I could make on my own, because I wrote Coffee Shop with a ukulele, and I just wanted it to be that. Like, I wanted to release a ukulele song, and it was going to have a visualizer, and it was going to be really cute, but it wasn't going to be like anything big. And if you watched my previous video right before this, which was like a month ago, where I talk about like the lore behind my music video. When I first wrote the song, the lore of it wasn't really set in stone. It was about 2 characters, I knew of that, but I didn't know them as characters. Like, I was just getting to know them. I was just creating their own stories at the time. But like, if you really want to know more about it, you should like go watch that video, like where I really delve deep into it. It's a really interesting watch. I actually drew the visualizers for Coffee Shop. I also, during this time, was in the middle of finding my digital art style, so I didn't really know how I was going to draw the backgrounds, how I was going to draw the characters, how I wanted to do shading and all the other fun jazz. Like, I wasn't really sure of that as well. It was a time where I, as an artist, was growing and finding out more about myself, so I was lost in my yeah, but I still made an attempt, a futile attempt, which is going to be something like this, but it was going to be like animated. Again, a visualizer. The characters' hairs are flowing, as you can see, and I was going to do like a little tree animation as well. I also was new to animating, I should also say that. I worked a lot on this. I have like footage of me drawing this. I actually made a lot of like making of footage during this time. Everything changed when I was one day playing the piano and I decided to play like Coffee Shop as well, and I actually really liked it. And up until this point, Coffee Shop was just going to be like a ukulele song that I could like easily produce at home and then release. I am going to like go back and actually explain why this ties into like me drawing the music video, but I wanted to tell a little story. I couldn't help myself. And when I did that, the stars aligned and I felt the obligation to make Coffee Shop into something that it was not, which was something bigger. What a weird way to construct a sentence. But essentially, when I played it on the piano for the first time, I got an idea to make this into like a piano arrangement. A cute little thing. And not a ukulele cute little thing, but a piano plus some instruments type of cute thing. Like some double bass, some glockenspiel, some pizzazz. I was also at the time where the stories of the characters in the music video, Jade and Eri, had been more complete in my mind, so instead of giving them just a visualizer, I decided to give them their story. Again, if you're interested in that, you can go and watch that video, and actually you should, because like, I put so much effort into it, and it got like 200 views. So the first thing that I did when it came to drawing the music video was make a storyboard. I took some pen and paper, and essentially what I wanted to do was that I was going to assign a frame to each lyric, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to animate an entire music video, because again, I was just finding my digital art style, and second of all, I had no experience in animation, so realistically I knew that I wasn't going to be able to pull it off. But I still thought that it could be like a fun little thing. I assigned each lyric either a frame that was easy to draw, like the sky for example, and for other frames I would put stills of something. For example, you know, the song is about coffee shop, so there were like few stills of coffee mugs. But what I would do is that I would draw the line art twice so that it did like a little shimmy. The most I did was when I was animating the character's hair, drew like 3 frames and their hair and their outfit was moving. It isn't much, but it's honest work. Okay, so the most advanced frame. So what I did was that I did like 2 frames of Airy, like the shimmy thing. This is Airy, by the way, in case you haven't watched the previous video. But this is Airy, and what I did was that essentially I drew like 2 frames. The colors are the same, but the line art I drew twice so that it did like a little shimmy. I did like 2 frames of this, and then I drew 1 frame where he's like this. Like he's mid-blink and then blink, and then he opens his eyes and his head is tilted a little bit, and then when he opens them he's smiling. So I drew like 3 smiling panels, all with different line art, and his hair is shimmying a little bit, so like it's floating with the wind. I actually really like this panel, and then that was it. I just also the last scene, Jade and Airy. Jade is the girl with green hair. In case you haven't watched the video. Jade and Airy are standing side by side and their hairs are flowing, and then the camera goes up and it says the end. Let me tell you, that was the most challenging thing that I have ever done when it comes to like editing a video. It's not that challenging, but I have like a very elementary editing software, and I don't want to give like a lot of money to a good one. I'm not in the mood for pirating either, so I needed to make do with what I had, and this editing software would not let me slide upwards on a video and then like slow down. So there were a lot of times where I just like was on my desktop, I screen recorded my desktop, and I was manually dragging the image down. This is my like, when I was your age, I used to go to school and I used to climb mountains every day. This is my that. The last like unique frame that I want to note is the middle part, where like there's the instrumental part. There's like a to-do list of essentially Jade like crossing off her to-do list, and we see that she fails doing some tasks and she excels in doing some. I actually struggled a lot on that part because I didn't know what to do. Like obviously it's like a long instrumental break, so the whole assigning lyric thing isn't going to work. Like there needs to be like a sequence here. But like I said before, I am not an animator, so I need to simple things down. There were a lot of things that I thought of doing here. Like there was going to be, I really wanted to do like Airy on the bus, and he's sitting down on the bus, and while he's on the bus, the background is moving as it happens on the bus. But I really couldn't do it, and you know what prevented me doing it? I don't know how people look while they're sitting on buses. Actually, when I was drawing out of these sprites, I had to be my own model because I have never actually sat down and studied anatomy, so I actually don't know what I'm doing. So essentially what I would do is that I would get up and do the pose, and I would draw the character in the pose by tracing myself. And essentially I had to settle on this like to-do list animation, which I like the animation. I was limited by my own artistic abilities, which sometimes is the reason for creativity. I also did like the title cards, which, you know, they aren't really that interesting. It's the same process of like drawing the line art twice, shimmy, yeah. And this was it for the coffee shop music video. While I was making this music video, while I was working on coffee shop, I did find an art style that was comfortable for me when I was doing digital art, so I needed to go back and redraw like the first few panels as well. Like the first few panels had like more transparent line art, and then I realized that I actually like solid line art and like a different color scheme. And there were a lot of like discarded panels where I just didn't like this emo ass panel of like Jade, or this like area holding Jade's hand, but like those are not hands, those are like rubber gloves. That's yeah, not it. I drew Jade and Aries faces at the end twice as well, because one thing about me as an artist is that I am never going to be able to draw the same character twice. Like, I am so inconsistent at character drawing, which sucks. There are like a lot of concept art for Jade and Aries. I in real time will be gazing upon them myself so that I can criticize my past self more efficiently. This like half concept art thing that I really like this pose is so correct because I was modeling it myself, but other than that, like, I love how I did like the shading here. Like, this is my art style. I cannot draw the head. Also, again, I have like on a similar vein, I have a Jade concept art as well. It is one of the most beautiful things that I have ever drawn. That's not her though. That is a different person. So yeah, this was all for the coffee shop music video. Shenanigans happened and I ended up publishing it like 2 years later. And then finally, years later, I was able to do something that I wanted to do for the longest time, which was guitar song music video. I always had like an idea for what I wanted the guitar song visualizer to be. I wanted it to be like a lyric video, and it was just like Aries sitting on a picnic bench. And I did like these two masterpieces that you see here. I keep telling you and you're not believing me, I don't know anatomy, and it's very apparent here, but I was like, you know what, me not knowing art is kind of like my art style. And you know, I will say this, sometimes people have like certain art styles and it's very apparent that they haven't like studied anatomy that much, like they don't have that much technique, and that's like the part of it, right? The thing that makes their art beautiful is the imperfectness of it. Like, I like it on other artists, but that's just not what the art style that I was going for, and this to me is not imperfectly perfect. I did this like thing where, again, like it's like the line art shimmy thing, we all know how I roll around here now. I was personally like fine with it. Again, like imperfectness, don't really care. Like, it's very obvious that I'm not Michelangelo or anything, so like we'll roll with it. And I still like don't hate it, I will say, but like I don't love it either, and I wanted to have something that I loved. So I originally, again, used a photo of me sitting, but if you are going to like trace over yourself, first of all, wear the exact same outfit as the character that you want to draw yourself as. Second of all, either have the exact same hair or like put your hair down and actually learn how to do hair. And third, and most importantly, take the picture in good light, because when I was looking at the reference photo, which was myself, I couldn't tell what was my leg and what was the messiness on the floor and what was like something else. I couldn't tell, and because of that I had to crop the photo, so I failed at even tracing. That is the level of artistry that we're talking about here. So I did like the, again, hair goes like this, 3-frame type of thing, and I did the sky trick, which was just like doing like a really long sky picture, and it just moves very slowly so that it mimics the sky actually moving as it does. And I did like the title card here, and that was pretty much it. And that was how I made the 2 music videos for my songs. Yay! I guess this is all that I can say about this topic. This is the end segment of the video, and if you're still watching, thank you. You might as well subscribe. It's a deal. Perhaps you can even like gatekeep my music, which like don't do that. Actually show my music to everyone. It doesn't have to be your favorite song. If you like kind of enjoy it, then share it with everyone. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Good night for now.